Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Do More Life. And today's live stream. Hello, Bob. You're the only person I didn't get to type good morning to. It's good to see you, bud. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate all of you being here. Anon says about 2.5 more months, and I won't have to deal with spring forward and fall back anymore. I hear you, man. It's coming. It's definitely coming. I have some interesting news for you guys regarding Thailand tourism in 2021. Want to re-mention some of the things I talked about yesterday, and I also want to talk about some new stuff and some things that we didn't get to talk about yesterday, which I believe are super relevant and also super important to everyone listening. So, first, I want to thank everyone for a wonderful day yesterday. The live stream was absolutely tremendous, and I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. We'll be having coaching videos this week coming out. They will be on deck and coming up. So please, if you know anybody that would like to go to coaching, share that video with them. I will also be doing at least one video in which I selectively show to channel members, and well, not selectively, I show in advance to channel members so I can get their feedback and see what's going on, because that's always going to be some good feedback I will get. Now, let's talk about what happened in Thailand. First and foremost, for tourism that some people know about, some people don't. A few days ago, the health ministry just stopped. Philthos, what's up, bud? Good to see you, man. The health ministry just stopped issuing the magic shots from AstraZeneca because of some reports of things that they didn't like. The good news is, according to Thai Visa, the health ministry will resume the AstraZeneca magic shot next week. So that's back on. That's good news for everyone here in Thailand. That's also good news for people that want to come into Thailand. Speaking of coming into Thailand, I have an update on the 10-day queue that is being provided, which is, still a long time, still probably too long for most people to come in and get, a vacation out of it. But if you have not had a magic shot or do not have certification of it, then you can still do the 10-day area queue. So what would happen then, for those that do not know in the past, is you come in, you do 3 days in your room, and you have to have a negative test coming in, of course. You do 3 days in your room, and then you'll be able to do the other 7 in the area. So wherever you're staying, you'll have access to the property and the whole 9 yards. As far as that goes, which will make Q a little bit easier on the mind, probably on the body, and definitely on the spirit, I'm sure. So that's for those people that have not had the magic shot and have not been through that procedure yet. You can still come to Thailand. That's what they're giving people. I also read yesterday, we talked about, someone mentioned the tracking bracelets for yacht owners. I believe that was Anon, if I'm not mistaken. Read talked about yacht owners that were doing their 14-day queue on their yacht just off the coast would have to wear these bracelets, and they look like those health fitness bands that you put on, like I can't remember a name brand of one of them. Yeah, the area queue is huge. I agree. Gotta love Thailand. Good morning, Thai guy, bro. Good to see you. I have to time my lunch break at work for your lives. Thank you, Thai guy. I appreciate that. MedTech, what's up, buddy? Yes, Fitbit. That's what I was talking about, Robert. Very good, very good, very good. Let me just remind everybody to please hit the thumbs up button. It does help tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. And right now, the YouTube algorithm, we want to make it happy. We want to make it very, 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 very happy. So please hit the thumbs up button if you are in here. I would greatly appreciate it. The Fitbit type bracelet would be for yacht at this time would be for yacht owners who are doing their queue, their 14-day queue off, parked off the coast or whatever. It would give real time temperature, real time health data, real time tracking information as to where they are to make sure they don't get off the boat and get on the at the country somewhere, of course. Then they would be cleared once those 14 days were up. What's up, Roger? Only here for a minute. Unfortunately, leaving this tropical paradise. I've been in for 4 days, but like Arnold says, I'll be back. Sounds good, man. Sounds good, Roger. I've been seeing your tropical paradise on Facebook, and it looks good, man. It looks very, very good. I appreciate it very much. You stopping by to say hello. Thank you, sir. Mr. Anderson, hello. Good to see you. Very good to see you. Peter says, love the channel. Very informative. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that very, very much. That is our goal here. And along with what Peter says, some more information for you. As of right now, that tracking bracelet is only for the yacht owners who are parked off the coast of Thailand. There is speculation that it could be used as a device for later use for tourists coming in, but there has been no approval on that. I also want to mention that there has been no set approval on the 10-day queue. That is still a hypothetical at this point. It has not been approved by the cabinet, nor has it been published in the Royal Gazette. Same thing with the tracking bracelets. Okay, no Royal Gazette, no Thai cabinet approval. So you're not looking at any of that stuff right now. What you are looking forward to is on April the 1st, if you can show proof of your magic shots being fully given. And you can come to Thailand with a certificate of entry and a fit to fly certificate. And you can come in and do a 7-day queue with that information. The catch is you have to have the magic shot between 14 days before your negative test and 14 days to 3 months. So pretty much that's going to be inclusive of everyone right now. Because I don't think that there's been enough time for anybody to have it more than 3 months yet. Billy Brady says, I saw your live video from when you were getting started on YouTube, and I saw you now have videos with millions of views. Congrats on that. Well, thank you very much, Billy. I appreciate that. Very, very much. Appreciate that. We're always striving to get, yes, that is the magic shot. That's why we call it the magic shot. We try not to use the B word on here. Welcome to the live chat, Billy, by the way, and please don't get offended because your comment is going to get removed there. We just shy away from that word because it keeps YouTube off our backs, and we try to make sure that YouTube stays happy because we are using their platform, and we have to respect their rules sometimes, unfortunately. So yes, that is the magic shot. What else did I have to tell you? I had to read you guys a couple articles, but I wanted to get some of that stuff out that was in my head first. Good, Billy. Thank you for not getting upset. A lot of people get offended. I appreciate that you don't very much. So we have Songkran coming up. And Songkran is going to be a big deal this year. There's a lot of safety measures that are going to take place. I'll talk more about cybercrime in a minute. Mr. Answer says, Jay, will the standard passport from the state still work with no visa? Will the standard passport from the state still work with no visa? Oh, you mean coming in on like visa on arrival? Yeah, so you can get a 45-day visa on arrival, but it is my suggestion to you to contact Integrity Legal. This channel, I always promote Integrity Legal or a legal professional here in Thailand, to make sure that you have every piece of paperwork that you need, such as your COE, certificate of entry, your fit to fly certificate, all that stuff. You want to make sure your timing is correct, because you have to time the test, the flight, you have to time all those things. And it is I'm sorry, Philtos, it's not, if I said visa on arrival, I said it wrong. It's a visa exemption. Yes, they are two different things. It's a visa exemption that you can get for 45 days. You can also do the tourist visa as well. You can get it in your home country and then bring it with you. But yes, it is visa exemption. And yes, the visa exemption and the visa on arrival are two different things. I've been over that in a bunch of earlier videos. I'll go through that if I need to, but at this time, just know that they're two different things. When you come in from one of the countries that has the visa exemption attached to it, can you extend on a visa exemption? Yes, you can, Jay. You can extend one time on a visa exemption. Let me clarify and say that I do not know with 100% certainty that you can extend on a 45-day visa exemption like they would have now. The reason they made the 45-day visa exemption is because you're going to spend 15 days. That was when everybody spent 15 days in queue. Okay. So they wanted you to still have the 30 days of being able to travel around Thailand. So that's why they made the 45 days. Prior to all of this, prior to March of last year, hey, Alan, good to see you, bud. Prior to all of this starting in March of last year, you could come in and you would get your 30-day stamp, and you could extend it one time at immigration with no issues. As long as you hadn't committed a crime or anything while you were here, you were fine. I did that myself. Somebody blocked that comment, one of my moderators that can see it, and just remove him completely. Thank you. Let's see. So yeah, you should be able to extend that. I don't really see why not, but again, I would Jay, I would encourage you to contact. You can call Integrity Legal and get a free phone consultation. I am almost positive that they would be able to answer that question over the phone with no problem. So contact it. The website is integrity-legal.com, and I use them. I've used them quite a bit, and continue to, as a matter of fact. Roger's used them. Many people on here on this channel has used them, and they are wonderful, and they will get you the information that you need, and they're also not super expensive either. Let's see what we got here. BlendJet. Yeah, I bought a BlendJet a long time ago. Just sent me an email. By the way, on the BlendJet. Let's see. Where were we? Filtho says, been reading on visas at Sam Legal Base on Anon's link yesterday, so my head is already spinning with visas. I understand, brother. I understand. That's why talking to a legal professional, when you call Integrity Legal, like you can read about on Siam Legal. I've actually went to them. They were the first legal counsel that I ever used here in Thailand. They're good. They're very good. But I found that Integrity Legal was just simpler to work with. They were just easier to work with. So after kind of write down your questions that you have, Philthos, would be my suggestion, and then call Integrity Legal, and they can probably answer whatever you need over the phone. And if you are getting good information here and you enjoy the live stream, please hit the thumbs up button. I would really like to get a 50 thumbs up today. That would be make me feel all warm and fuzzy. Billy says, I have an online based business, so I earn all my income online. If I want to move to Thailand, what visa do you think would be the right one? Yeah, Roger, that's what I was telling everybody. Free consultation with Integrity Legal. All your business is done online. You could possibly set up a non-B visa, so you could own your own business here in Thailand, but it would have to somehow, you would have to make something for the Thai people that could be bought or sold online. And then you would have a work permit. The problem with your the way you describe your income is the work permit. You have to have a work permit to work here. It doesn't matter if it's online or otherwise. So with all that being said, a lot of people come here you could get like a special tourist visa, 90 days, right? But and then work online. If nobody knows about it, then you're probably going to be okay. There are a lot of people that work online here. Thailand's looking at it. I'm not encouraging you to do that by any means. Let me be clear. I'm not encouraging that because it is technically illegal. I'm just saying it happens. Also, if you are over age 50, you could get a retirement visa, come here, and possibly look at I know people that are on retirement visas that work online. They just head down, never say anything, and nothing's ever really said to them. So you just have to be careful. And yes, you don't have to have a B visa, as Anon's talking about, but you don't advertise it too much. You can get away with any kind of visa. Good, definitely, but I'm talking about to do it legally. And hey, Tommy, I didn't skip you, buddy. Good to see you, man. To do it legally, you would need a non-B visa and a work permit. The work visa on your other video. I was just curious what would fit my situation. Thanks. Well, I want to tell you also that Thailand is considering a digital nomad visa. In addition, if you were to make a large investment here, we were talking yesterday, a 10 million baht investment in Thailand's economy in a company somewhere, or in a condo, I believe. That could also work, and you could qualify for permanent residency, which would give you the ability to work. So there are many options when it comes to that. Again, I encourage you to contact a legal professional about that situation and let them tell you exactly what the pros and what the cons are when it comes to that, because it's that's one of those gray areas that people fall into, and it is what it is. You can I don't want to tell you you could probably get away with it, because that just sounds horrible, but I don't think you have too many problems regardless. Let's see. Alan says, if I make a large deposit in a bank in Thailand, are there any advantages, say 50K USD? I don't know about a bank, but we did talk yesterday, Alan, about the 10 million baht investment that you can make, and that would qualify you for a visa here and potential permanent residency. And permanent resident is like having a green card in America, pretty much. It kind of amounts to the same thing. So yeah, if you want to buy a 10 million baht condo, I think they give you a 5 year elite visa, I believe, is what that scheme is. There are several new schemes. And again, I would encourage you to contact a legal professional on that. Filtho says on the investor class for permanent residency, the Thai embassy site does indicate for investments in Thailand of between 3 to 10 million baht. Does not specify investment types, so still researching. Good information, Filthos. Thank you. Billy says that sounds like a great idea. Thanks. You are more than welcome. Robert has put up a PayPal link. Here's the PayPal link. If you would like to contribute to the channel fund, please contribute if you can. It is greatly appreciated. It sure is, Robert. I will pin your comment to the top for the rest of the chat, just in case anybody would like to take advantage of that, because we're looking for a trip in April, and we're really kind of close. We're only a few $100s away from being able to do that, and that all comes through PayPal contributions. So just keep that in mind in case you're watching this. Anon says, best advice, DoMoreLife, getting an attorney, not that expensive. 100%. And I agree. 100%. 100%. Prep for it says, important information for me, Jeremy. I am here listening and learning. Thank you, sir. It's good. I'm glad you're here, to be honest with you. Anon says, there's also the Smart Visa category. Yep, Smart Visa category. Which is another one for a lawyer to help navigate. But with the Smart Visa, I understand no work permit is needed. That is correct, because the work permit is kind of integrated within the visa itself. You definitely don't have to have a separate work permit. The Smart Visa is designed so that you can come here and work. For a startup or some kind of technical company or something that's going to really benefit Thailand. That's what the Smart Visa is designed for. And they now have a 4-year Smart Visa that they just implemented. Stock market dummies 101. So when do you expect tourism to pick back up in Thailand? Well, I look forward to it picking back up starting next month due to the lowering of the number of days of queue that you have to do when you come in to Thailand, if you have all your magic shots and all your paperwork. In October, Thailand they've said October the 1st they're going to fully reopen. Now, with anything that follows that Thailand says, you always have to take it with a grain of salt, because there are always twists, tips, turns, tricks, that kind of thing, and things are going to change. And we don't know. We don't have any details about the October 1st. What's going to be required for you to come to Thailand when it does fully reopen? So that's all the information I have on that one. Hey, Autumn, good to see you, bud. Filtho says 27 hours after the queue is eliminated. There you go, buddy. So if you get the V, you do not need to be quarantined. That is not correct right now. We don't use the entire V word on here. I'm very sorry. It's YouTube's thing, not mine. So please don't get offended that your comment got removed. Stock market 101. Because it's YouTube, not us, I promise. But to answer your question, if you get fully inoculated, you still at this time, but starting April 1st, you're going to have to do a 7-day queue. And I think you know what queue means. So you would do a 7-day versus a 14-day, which is good. If you don't have the full inoculation, you can do, if they put it into law, which they haven't yet, but they are looking at doing that, starting this also on April the 1st, which is a 10-day queue, area queue. So you do 3 days in a hotel room, and as long as you test negative out of that, then you can do 7 days around the complex there. So if you get a real nice hotel that has pool and gym and sauna, whatever the case may be, you can participate in those things. Thumbs up if you're enjoying the material so far, guys. Thumbs up. I'm looking at 20, 30 to go. And no, I'm not drinking Coke this morning, and it hurts my feelings. So I hope that helps a little bit. And it says 7-day versus 10-day queue unless you're from Africa because of their. Yep, that's right. If you're from Africa and you're coming here, it's going to be a 14-day no matter what. I know what the research says on that, but I'm not going to repeat it because I'm not a doctor or scientist or lawyer, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Autumn says, I wonder how long it will take for Cambodia to authorize a 7-day queue with the Jap. That's a good question. I wonder when it's going to be possible for me to take a vacation to another country, for me to go out and come back in without being, without having to go through any kind of queue, because I'm pretty much trapped in Thailand right now. There's nothing for me back in America. I watched a video earlier today talking about the importance of separating yourself. One thing about coming to Thailand is you can separate yourself from the Western world. You can separate yourself from the Western media. You can separate yourself from the stigma of Thailand, so to speak. The guy that was making the video said he wanted to learn Thai, and his friend told him that speaks Thai. He said, "No, don't learn Thai. Don't learn Thai, because then you'll hear what they're saying, what they're actually saying, and you'll be annoyed." He said, because right now, you look at all the Thai people, and they're just smiling, and everything's fine, and you don't know what they're saying, and it's all good. And that made a lot of good sense to me. Mr. Anderson says, I read Phuket was on schedule to open in October, but restrictions may apply from going elsewhere from there. That was, I believe that's a little bit older news, Mr. Anderson. I think that's a little bit older because Phuket is on schedule to open in October, but so is the whole country. Phuket's tried to do a lot of things themselves. They even tried to get some of the business owners there, even tried to get the government to let them pay for a certain amount of the magic shots to come in and give to the locals on Phuket, so they would be safe from any tourists, so they could start reopening. I do know that some of the stuff in Phuket has started reopening, and that's looking good. That's looking very good. Anna says, trapped in Thailand is 1 billion% better than trapped in the US of A. I 1 billion% agree with you. Absolutely agree with you. Yeah, so restrictions still apply. Pretty much everywhere there's restrictions. If you're going to do international travel, there's going to be restrictions. The good news is once you get to Thailand and everything comes in negative, and you're released from queue, you can travel pretty much anywhere in the country you want to. There are only maybe, I think, 3 provinces that are still under some type of restrictive zone measure. And most of those are near Bangkok or surrounding the Bangkok area. Bangkok itself is not under one of those zones. Hey, Dino, good to see you, man. But yeah, coming in, and once you get here, like AirAsia has all kinds of good deals on flights, and you can travel domestically here through Vietjet and other places for $30, a flight, $40 flight, $60 round trip. I mean, it's really cheap. Mario B says, hello, hey, do you guys? Hadn't seen you in a while. SmootsCon is in the last one, and they are lifting that next week. That is true. Raining in Sydney. I'm sorry to hear that, Dino. It's going to be rainy season here soon. In fact, we had our first thunderstorm in Bangkok yesterday. No, not yesterday. Day before yesterday. So rainy season is coming. Low season is coming. That's also a good thing for businesses in the tourism sector here in 2021. And the that gives businesses times to prepare for reopening, to prepare for the high season of next year, because the high season starts around November, October every year. That's I believe that would be why Thailand would be pushing for the October start. Autumn says you promised you were going to get some decorations put up behind you. Well, what? No, I promised that Yes, I did promise I would get some stuff put up behind me at some point, but I did not put a timeline on that, and I still don't know when that will be. I hope that the information coming out is good enough for right now. I can't. I also have to look at the fact that I'm renting this place from people that are they don't even want you to put thumbtacks in the wall. So, maybe I'll tape a blanket up there or something. I don't know. I'll do something. Mario B says, I've spoken to a lot of people. Even if queue is reduced to 7 days, people won't travel. Cost of queue and holidays are reduced by 2 weeks. That's very good. Yes, the thing about it, yeah, a lot of people are not going to travel. I got to remove your comment because of using the entire Q word, or one of my moderators can do that. Mario, don't take any offense to it, please. The cost of quarantine holidays are reduced by 2 weeks. I don't know about. I haven't heard anything about holidays being reduced, but the queue itself has been, or is going to be, reduced in April by 1 week, which is good. That's a very good thing, and it will cost less for you to come in at that time. I don't really know how to answer the rest of that, Mario. I'm sorry, Mario B. I'm sorry. I just know that a lot of people are not coming until the queue is completely gone. I understand that. I completely understand that. Or until it's taken way down. So, and that would have to be down to a level of, like when there's not any, maybe a 3-day queue or something like that, which I had heard, which is being tossed around in the media. Thumbs up if you like it. Hit the like button. Anon says rain is good. Wash out some of that PM 2.5. 100%. I agree. Dino says hoping to be there before Christmas. Sooner the better. I think you'll definitely make it before Christmas, Dino. Definitely. For you guys that know Adam, the holistic trainer, he's back. He's from Australia, so he's back here in Thailand. He just finished up his 14-day, and he's here. So, but not everybody has the money to do the whole 14-day thing. I understand. I get it. Billy says, how hot is it over there, and how does the heat vary in seasons? It's hot all the time. Unless you're up north, it may be cool occasionally. I don't really have a lot of experience in the north of Thailand. I've only been up there a few times, but central and southern Thailand is hot and it's humid, very, very, very humid. From season to season, I can tell you that a couple months ago on my way to work in the mornings, it got kind of chilly a little bit. And by chilly, I mean like, 68 degrees Fahrenheit chilly. That's considered chilly over here. So it is what it is. the seasons don't really, the rainy season just brings in a lot more humidity, which we're getting ready to go into now, and then the high season just brings in a lot of heat, and it's also humid, but not quite as humid as it, because it's so hot over here. And if you're anywhere around pavement or cement sidewalks or things like that, a lot of concrete, that when it rains, it just creates steam. It's pretty much that hot. Filtho says you can travel TO anywhere out of Q, but maybe not travel back from a red zone if you wander into one or one gets declared while you are in it. That's still my concern. That's true, and that is a concern. But I think that's an easy fix. I think if you just keep up with the news and just look at the map every day and see if Thailand's placed another uh, label on a province, you should be okay. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. That's just my feeling on it. Rocco Hoon says, now that there is less teachers in Thailand, is it possible to switch from a tourist to a non-B without a degree? It's always been possible to teach here without a degree, but it's not legal. And I don't think the way the Ministry of Education is operating these days, they are scrutinizing, making sure that people have degrees and people have the proper level of education for where they're at. So I would say no. I would say no. Teaching without a degree is probably not going to happen. I've been teaching here for almost 3 years, so I would give a no on that one. Mario and B gave a thumbs up. Okay, good. I'm glad. A plant 555. Automation says, I don't know. I'm lost on that one, brother. Matthew says, hi, DoMoreLife. Been a while. Have you heard anything about the Open Thailand Safely movement where they are trying to have no queue from July 1st? I have, but that's such a brand new concept that there's not a lot of details out about it yet. And when I say details, there, of course, you can go on a website or web forum and read everybody's opinion on it and the people that are involved in the movement, what they think it should be. But until the government recognizes it and until the Ministry of Health or the Tourism Authority of Thailand picks it up, there's really not going to be any progress made on it. So when that happens, I would definitely look into that Open Thailand Safely movement, and I'll bring you all the news on it for sure, 100%. But thanks for mentioning that. But some people in the chat may be very interested in that. And if you hadn't hit the thumbs up button, please do so. Bradley said, Bradley, there he is. I used to travel to Thailand in late October, still low season, and I was always lucky with the weather, especially in Phuket. That's true. And that's where we're trying to go with the channel fund. Just so you guys know, PayPal contributions that come into this channel are contributions, their investment in content. They don't pay for anything other than travel and or equipment for this channel. They don't pay my rent, my light bill, or anything like that. I have a job. I work 45 hours a week. It's not a problem. But we're trying to get enough up for travel because I am a teacher over here and teachers don't make very good money. So trying to get enough up in the PayPal channel fund to go to Koh Samui and Phuket in April. I have about, as of right now, to the best of my knowledge, I'm going to have about 10 days off. So I really want to try to go to Phuket and Samui. Those are two places I have not been yet. And of course, I'll bring you guys all the content I can from there. Yes, Brett Dev is where the video came from. Philfo says, sigh, remembering the simple times when all the coffee taking we need was about BGs, personal trainers, and girls with a spare pair. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Dino says, "Yeah, I've been talking to Adam. Cool. Code talking. That's it, Philthos. You're getting good at it, man." And it says that Philthos was there in January, February. Went through Samutskam a few times. No roadblocks up at all. Cool. Um, Gregory from Brooklyn, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. Um, Sorry, been mad busy. No need to apologize, my friend. No need to apologize. Can't write in Thai on here because I can't read it. You probably are not saying anything bad at all, but I cannot read it. We only type in English on here. So I appreciate the comment there, but I don't leave it up because I don't know what it says, and YouTube might. Matthew says, put that travel fund into Bitcoin and you'll be able to go wherever you want in a few months. Yeah, I've heard that. I'm very interested in blockchain and NFTs, and I'm looking at some things, but I need somebody to sit down and teach me with that thing. Adam Campbell, welcome to the DoMoreLife family, the channel member section. Thank you for joining up, man. Really appreciate it, Adam. There's a lot of good content already available for you. Go to the homepage of the channel. He said, I'm glad you chose to come to Thailand. Oh, that's what he said. Okay. But thank you. How do you say it? One tutorial? Thank you for that. I appreciate it very much. I don't know. I don't know what it says in Thai. I'm sorry. I apologize, and I can't. We keep everything in English so that we don't have to worry about that. Please don't take it as a sign of disrespect. But thank you for saying that. But Adam is a DoMoreLife channel member now. Go to the homepage of the channel, go to the community tab, and you will have access to all the channel members, everything channel members can see, and everything channel members get is will be available to you because I only have one tier. It's $2.99 a month, and less than a cup of coffee. I wish more people would join the membership club, but I got to put some more content up there. There's some good stuff, and you'll enjoy it. I really appreciate that. So, anybody else want to hit the thumbs up button? I would greatly appreciate it. I would like to put that travel fund into Bitcoin, Matthew, but right now I'm just trying to get out, and because I want to experience Thailand like everybody else. I also am looking to make investments in some blockchain and some other things for sure. He says, check out channels like Tyler S., Ivan on Tech, just a few hours of consuming their content, and you'll have a far greater understanding of just how big of an opportunity this period is. I will definitely do that, Matthew. Thank you very much. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a picture of that right now so that I won't have to go back and look for this in a comment. There we go. So Robert N. has written a message in Thai, and because Robert is a moderator, I will allow that to stay up. I'm not sure what he said, but I'm sure whatever he said is not a negative thing. But let's not make this a habit, guys. I want to make sure everything stays in English. That way, there's no questions about anything. No offense to anyone. One of the tutorials says, I can't work out which part of the America you are from. I can't tell from the accent. I'm from North Carolina, which is on the east coast of America, and I was raised in a very rural part. So it's just a southern accent. It's not an Alabama or deep South accent. It's just a accent, just a regular accent. I want to know what you guys think. I think that coming to Thailand in 2021 is going to become easier, simpler, and eventually the tourism will be back. I watched a video from um, the Tiger. I watched a video from them that they made earlier this week. I watched it this morning, and the guy was interviewing another guy about the reopening of Thailand and its borders. I think that was a I think that is he had a good point when he said it's going to be in baby steps because Thailand's going to make sure everything's safe first. I believe that 100%. That has been my experience since I've been here, and I am super happy that Thailand takes that approach because I have not been affected by any of the stuff going on. Welcome to Matthew to the DoMoreLife family. He is now a member of the DoMoreLife family, and I appreciate that, Matthew, very much. Thank you, sir, and I hope you enjoy the content coming on. Well, the content's already up, and then content is coming for channel members only. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. So welcome, and it's good to have you. Visker, what's up, buddy? Hey, JC and the DoMoreLife family. How are you doing, brother? I'm great. I hope you are. Filtho says North Carolina just down the road and round the bend from all y'all. That is 100% correct. Hey, Tim, good to see you, man. Matthew says, happy to chat crypto anytime in the member section. If you ever have any questions, I can talk people's ears off about it, so I won't spam the chat. Good idea. Good idea. We definitely don't want to spam the chat. Maybe we'll talk crypto one day on here, and we'll have a crypto live stream. I don't know. But we can definitely do that. Once a month, we have a channel members only chat, so we can include some crypto talk in that. Now that you're a member, I would love to hear what you have to say. Would love to hear what you have to say. I'm always looking for ways to earn passive income. You know, passive income's a subjective term, really, because is there really a such thing as passive income? I don't know. But if there is, I would love to take advantage of some of it, and I would love to start making some investments. So, any of you out there, including you, Matthew, that are gurus on investing and especially anything that provides dividends quarterly or yearly, I would love to hear about that. Lyle says 35 up, 0 down. You're slipping. No thumbs down yet? I can't believe that. I know, right? No haters. Not yet. But that's good. That's good. Try to get 50. We can get 15 more thumbs up. That's no problem. We can definitely get it. 50 is the goal for the thumbs up. Anna says high season 2021 to 2022 will be better, but still slower than pre-C. But barring unforeseen circumstances, high season 2022-2023 will be almost like normal, in my humble opinion. I'm inclined to agree with every bit of that statement, Anon. In fact, I just heard from that video, the guy say basically the same thing. He said it might be the 2024 area when we see the massive numbers of tourism coming back, but I'm more inclined to agree with you. I think people are going to come back faster than what has been noted thus far. Bob says, wasn't there something about when 70% Thai people have had the V, most or all restrictions could be lifted? There was. There definitely was. And that is why that's their projection for October. So when you get the 70% there, by October, you should have the 70% is what I'm trying to say. And that should drop the Q 100%. So, we'll see. Filtho says crypto access and convertibility in the kingdom could be very interesting. That's true, but I can also do it as an American. VPNs and all that good stuff. I don't know. But it will be interesting to find out about it for sure. Tim says, Jez Phil, I saw the symbol next to your name and thought it was we know what's up. We're not going to leave that up. So, sorry, Tim. You got to take that one down, buddy. that's just the channel member symbol. I took your comment down because of the last word in there. I don't don't want to leave that up. So no offense, Tim, of course. Bisker says, wait, Filtho says, LOL had the hooks removed. I hear you, buddy. Bisker says, JC, lots of internet security work from home jobs available, and you can work anywhere in the world. Brother, I'm telling you, I really would like to get into internet security or coding or something like that, so that I can work from anywhere in the world. And that is, thank you for the comment. Just reminds me that I need to get into that kind of thing. I have to go back to school, but it is what it is. One tutorial is thanking you, Robert N. Euthanasia. Have most of the girls gone back home? What are they doing for money now? Most of them are back in Pattaya. If you want to go, if Pattaya is your place, they mostly are coming back. I'm in a couple groups that follow Pattaya and the things that, you know, the clubs there and the bars and that kind of thing. And even here in Bangkok, when you have Nana, Soy Cowboy, those places, some of the girls are coming back right now. Soy Cowboy is just, it looks like it's just dead. There's only a couple bars there that's open. It's really weird. And that is based off of what other people have told me, by the way. Let's see. Anna says, Filtho's crypto via a TransferWise account. LOL. Matthew says, as an American, you can get a crypto Visa card and literally use it as any normal bank card, except it's converting your crypto. Literally don't need a bank. Matthew, leave me your information. Go to my channel, go to About, and my email address is down there. Send me an email so that I can get in touch with you, please. Anna says, Tim, a certain Buddhist symbol that will remain nameless. There you go, Anna. Tim says, so I just bought a new all-in-one computer. Finally got it set up somewhat. That's good. That's always good. I'm looking forward to buying one of the new silicon chip Macs. Maybe the M1 or M1X. Just depends on the channel fund, and it also depends on how finances run through and how much the channel grows between now and the next few months, because there's several items I need to buy. One includes audio. I need a better mic, and Rode has just released the Rode Wireless Go 2. And if any of you remember, the Wireless Go 1s were absolutely amazing. I watched a complete review on the Go 2s last night. They're $300, but you get 2 lab mics and a receiver with it and a whole bunch of goodies. So we're going to try to see if we can't bump the audio up. And they work with cell phones. They work with cameras. They work with pretty much anything you can record on. Euthanasia says, oh, so Pattaya is starting to get back to normal. Great. Thank you. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Matthew says, I'll send you a DM on Instagram. Same name. Do that. That'll be fine. My Instagram is linked in the description below, so not a problem. And it says, anybody have opinions on the new iPad Pro improvement on the prior version? I've been watching a lot of videos on it. There is some improvements, but I think if you're going to get an iPad Pro, why not just go ahead and get the new the new Mac Air 13-inch notebook. For the price, you can get it for $999. So I think for the price, that's the way to go. It's just my opinion. It can do a lot. It has a lot more internal power than the iPad Pro has. But anyway, we need some more thumbs up, guys. If you hadn't hit the like button yet, we're still at 35. Like to see that go to 50. Anybody else? who feels like they want to go to become a channel member is more than welcome to. Tim says, just bought mine tonight for 630 USD. Good for you, man. That's a good deal. Filtho says, Youth in Asia. Oh my God, I just finally got your name. Duh. And I says, does the MacBook Air support touchscreen and the Apple Pencil? No, not to my knowledge. It doesn't. So if that's something if that's what you need and that's what you're looking for, then the the iPad Pro would probably be the way to go. So we're about an hour into this, and I'm just curious if anybody wants to bring up any travel information that we haven't talked about yet. I will tell you a funny story. Wait, Alderman Asia says, well, it's been one of those days, and I Wong Nong got to run, but see you all later. Okay, Alderman Asia. See you, buddy. Thank you for dropping by. Much appreciated. And I said, and that is the main reason why I've stayed away from the Mac laptops. Fair enough. Fair enough. Whatever fits your needs is going to be the most important, I would think. I do want to read you an article regarding international travel that I find interesting that was in the TPN National this morning. This concerns tourism in 2021 here in Thailand and abroad. So let's see if we can get you some information. The headline reads, Thai Airways to launch special flights to 13 destinations in Asia and Europe by the end of March to support tourism in line with the easing of the illness health measures. It says Thai Airways International has launched special flights to 13 destinations in Asia and Europe by the end of March in order to meet passengers' demands and to support international tourism. Acting Executive Vice President, they give his name, said yesterday, March 12th, that to support tourism after the easing of restrictions measures in the country, as well as planning for upcoming tourism proposals in the near future, Thai Airways then launched 13 special services to countries in Asia and Europe. Some flights have already started operating, and some will be launched by the end of this month, according to the executive vice president. The flights are as follows, so this could be very helpful for you guys. Bangkok to Tokyo. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and return flights every Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. That's Narita Airport. So Bangkok to Tokyo, Haneda. Special flights from Bangkok on March the 30th. Bangkok, Osaka to Bangkok every Saturday. Bangkok to Seoul and to Bangkok every Sunday. The first flight from Bangkok will be Wednesday, March 31st. Bangkok, Taipei to Bangkok every Friday. That would be interesting. I would love to go back to Taipei. Love to go back there and actually spend some time. That's Taipei, Taiwan, for anybody wondering. Bangkok to Hong Kong to Bangkok every Wednesday. I have no desire to be in Hong Kong right now for many reasons. Would love to see Hong Kong, but not right now. Bangkok to Manila to Bangkok. Special flights from Bangkok on March 9th, 16th, and 23rd. I believe the Philippines are doing some reopening. I've got to watch Rike's video on that to do some confirming, but I believe the Philippines is going to be reopening to tourists pretty soon too. Bangkok to Kuala Lumpur to Bangkok. Special flights from Bangkok on March 16th and 31st. So that'll get you into Malaysia. Bangkok to London to Bangkok every Sunday. So every Sunday, Bangkok to London to Bangkok. I would imagine that would be to Heathrow. Certainly wouldn't be to the small airport in the city, I wouldn't think. Bangkok to Paris to Bangkok. Special flights from Bangkok on March 25th. then Bangkok to Frankfurt, and back to Bangkok. When I say Frankfurt to Bangkok, that just means the return trips. Every Friday and special flights on Sunday, March 28th. That's to Frankfurt, Germany. Bangkok to Stockholm to Bangkok, special flights from Bangkok on March 17th. Bangkok to Copenhagen to Bangkok every Sunday. So those are the 13 flights that Thai Airways are looking at opening up. I think that will be a tremendous boost to bringing in or to ushering in the shorter queue that you will have to go through, or the shorter ASQ that you will have to go through. And if they can put the 10, if they can work to get the 10-day in process, the 10-day queue, for those that don't have the magic shot, then you will probably see a rise in uptake in tourism here in Thailand, which is going to be great, in my opinion. The airline continues to operate in accordance with the health measures and safety standards under universal health standards to prevent the spread of it, including deep cleaning in all aircraft after landing. Passengers will still need to ensure they meet all the IT requirements before entering country. So if you're going to fly to one of these other countries, you will need to make sure that you fit not only Thailand's requirements if you want to come back, but you will need to make sure that you fit those countries' requirements to get there. Very important information, in my opinion. Very important information. Let me check one more site real quick and make sure I didn't miss anything. Yesterday there was a huge rain in Pattaya, by the way, which if you've been to Pattaya, you know that good, we're at 40 thumbs up now. We got 10 more to go. Let's get those up to 10. We are heavy rain and flooding paralyzed Pattaya roads yesterday. They gave a photo tour of it. If you've ever been to Pattaya City, you know that it doesn't take much more than about 10 minutes of heavy rain and Soy Bukao's flooded and second roads flooded and all those things are flooded. It's my understanding that the city is working on it. So let's hope that works. And I want to read you something else about Pattaya as well. Filtho says, I watched flight prices from U.S. Specifically to Bangkok on a round trip flight departing October, returning December, price down about $100 past week to mid $800 range. Qatar Air still over $1,000. $800 round trip is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. A price, because I mean, I remember my first trip to the Philippines I flew out from Charlotte to JFK, then a 16-hour nonstop on EVA Airlines to Taipei, 17.5-hour layover to what's the airline in the Philippines? Not AirAsia, Cebu Pacific, maybe. A 3-hour flight there, and that flight cost me about $1,400. So that was back in 2016, I think, or early 2017. And I says, Philthos, you should check flights out of IAD or JFK, a lot cheaper than from Philadelphia from either location. True. Last time my flight was about $650. I'm a shopper. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Be a shopper. Be a shopper. Be a good shopper. Be a diligent shopper. I shop around when I look for those things too, but there just hasn't been, because I work here and don't really have the time to fly. I did fly to Krabi the last time I got a chance, and it was fun. One tutorial says, "Are you ready to get wet next month? Songkran is coming." At Songkran, I appreciate the holiday. 100% for Thais completely understand why the holiday exists. I know it's a water festival, it's a water holiday, but I absolutely hate getting wet, specifically with the dirty water. So I tend to stay back away from everything and just do a lot of recording. put on a poncho and make sure my camera's tidied up, and I stay out of all the water dumping and all that stuff. That's just my personal thing. Philto says, Anon, yes, but travel up there and one night hotel blasts the cost advantage. You got a point. Anon says, DoMoreLife, you want to talk about the sandbox concept being floated in Phuket. I haven't read anything. I just read something about it. You can give your information on it. Yeah, tell me what it is. Anon, I saw the words this morning, but I haven't read into it at all. So you're welcome to give a brief description of that in the chat, and maybe I'll look it up on my phone. And Philto says plus hassles. Yeah, I understand 100%. Let's see here. Let's look up the sandbox concept. For Phuket. Sorry, guys, just looking up everything. Okay, well, he's going to give me a link. I'm going to Google that. Just did a link. He says PhuketNews.com. Phuket sandbox. Well, this led me to a restaurant. I can't see your whole link up there, or I would click on it, click off of it. Here it is from the Tiger. Let's read from it. Sandbox tourism scheme for foreign travelers in the works for Phuket. Tourism officials are working on what they're calling the Sandbox, a new pilot program to reopen Phuket and other destinations by the Andaman Sea to foreign visitors. The Sandbox is like the travel bubble idea and would allow ASQ free travel to certain areas. The Sandbox model will be pitched to the Center for the CCSA next Friday. Tourism and Sports Minister says, but the scheme depends on how many people are magic shotted against the illness. Prior to today's announcement that the Thai government is delaying the magic shots, which has now been confirmed that they're not delaying them anymore. They're going to start them back up next week. Pipat, I think is how you say his name, had said he expects the sandbox model to start in Phuket in July, but the majority of people living in the island province need to be inoculated, so to speak. About 70% of people in Phuket must have all their shots, which means about 900,000 doses of it are needed for 450,000 people. Recently, the government announced that the mandatory queue period for travelers that have had the magic shots will be reduced from 14 days to 7. So those foreigners who have had their shots, travelers arriving to Phuket will be swab tested, then enter check-in to an area local queue hotel. At this stage, the Ministry of Public Health only allows tourists to remain in their rooms, but we will propose to the CCSA to allow tourists to go out of their rooms from day one of their queue. A traveler must be tested for a second time before being released from queue. Those who have not had the required magic shots must stay in queue for 10 days. Pipat says he's still waiting on an official confirmation on the new ASQ measures. So there's your information. I hope that's what you were talking about, Anon. Sounds like a good idea to me. I hope they do the same thing for other places as well. That would be nice. If you're going to do it for Phuket, do it for Pattaya, and possibly do it for Bangkok as well. That would be awesome. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. I appreciate that, Anon. Like I always say, you guys bring more information to the channel than sometimes I can provide. So that's a good concept, man. Mr. Anderson says, Jay, you might have covered this in another chat, but was there a list of Q hotels that you know of and any economical ones? And yes, we did. And there is, Anon's already, thank you, Anon. He's put up a link for the ASQ hotels, and you can check those out yourself. That most of them are differently priced. I have looked at the chart. And most of them are, you can start about $1,500 US, and then go up to pretty much whatever you want to, if you want that, because now there's so many options. There's the golf queue, the villa queue, which is going to be very expensive. Then you got the different hotels in the ASQ system, which all of them are ASQ, but I mean in the original ASQ system. So I think that the economical ones will be easy for you to find, I think. Anna says, DoMoreLife, the nice thing about doing it with Phuket is that it can be quickly isolated. That is 100% true. I agree with you, because Phuket is an island, and they could isolate things there if there was a problem. Sean Dalton, hello. He says, I got my ASQ for 1,100 euros at C. Anderson Siam Mandarina Hotel at the airport. Very interesting. And Anon is dropping some more links for list of ASQ hotels. So thank you for that additional information. And for those of you that are interested in going to Pattaya, or going to retire in Pattaya, I want to make sure you have this information real quick. Just want you to know that Pattaya Hospital has new management team. So the Pattaya City Mayor held a meeting with the new medical management team to upgrade Pattaya City Hospital. And I can tell you that it was already a very nice hospital. I've been there before. So it looks like things are just getting better there for that reason. Griffin says, got to go. We start daylight savings tonight, so people in Florida will be 13 hours behind Bangkok. Yeah, and that reminds me, you guys let me know if I need to change the schedule on here for live streams. JX says, if you don't mind me asking, how much are spending each month? My spending pretty much incorporates all of my salary each month, and then YouTube, and I can't tell you what my salary is because of job contracts, but just know that it's we'll say roughly about $1,200 US a month, $1,300 US a month, and all that spent. The living money I have comes from AdSense, and then if I get to travel or go anywhere or upgrade any equipment for you guys, that comes from Super Chats and PayPals. So that's how we've kept this channel going for so long. Otherwise, it would just be an empty channel with a video here and there, talking head videos. Let's see. Matthew says, I like how a listed trainer did it, paid more for his ASQ, but got really good food, gives you something to look forward to every day. Yep, I agree. 100%. Anon says that, Matthew, I did similar to Adam, spent more, but got my money's worth compared to other places, Centerpoint, Salon. Nothing wrong with that. Mr. Anderson says, nice. Thanks again, Anon. I have some points at Agoda. Cool. That would be awesome. Use your points from Agoda. If you have not yet hit the thumbs up button, I encourage you to. We are at 41 and almost about to get to that 50 spot that I'm looking for on this live stream. I'm very happy that we have 2 new channel members. I encourage you guys after the stream to go over and check out the content that's over there. There will be much more, much more coming. I'm going to be working on some of that stuff today, as a matter of fact. And I'll get that out to you as soon as possible. And hopefully tomorrow I'll have you a video from Ko Chang. Up until this point, the Ko Chang videos have been on the way to Ko Chang. They have not actually been in Ko Chang. So I'm hoping that these videos will be that are in Ko Chang will be more beneficial to you guys, and that they get shared some, because for some reason YouTube just does not pump these Ko Chang videos out. I guess it's because my channel hasn't been focused on Ko Chang before. Matthew says, Anon, that's definitely my plan as well. If the day comes where I can't wait any longer. I hear you. It's that I find that a lot with when I talk to people who are either tourists that want to come to Thailand or people that are coming here because they want a long stay. It's the I can't wait any longer kind of thing. Particularly, and Brett did a good job of this, talking about this in his video, with the way things are in the West right now, especially with media, right? If you listen to media in the West right now, it will drive you completely insane. Like it will, your stress levels will never go down. So it's nice to be able to separate yourself from that environment. And it's not just the media; it's the people, depending on where you are. So if you're in a place that is not conducive to your type of lifestyle and lifestyle you want to live, that's all the more reason to get out of there and come to Thailand. So I agree with him 100% on his assessment of unplugging yourself from the West. And I personally need to do more of that. I definitely need to do more of that, unplugging myself from the West, because I am that person that continues to stay caught up on the news no matter what. And sometimes it's just depressing, and I need to not worry about things at all. So we'll see what happens with that. And hopefully being over here helps. That's why a lot of people come over here and alleviate stress, and it's a good thing to alleviate stress. Unfortunately, in my situation, I still have a 9-to-5 job that I have to perform at. So, I'm not retired. I can't just visit Thailand all day. If I could, we would probably have a lot more subscribers, the channel much bigger, and I would be able to live off the income. Anna says, Matthew, what I did was did my searching and then sent specific emails to hotels I down selected, asking the important detailed questions and verifying info. That's a good idea. And there he is, Soda Pop Curtis. How's it going tonight? Great, man. Hope all's well for everyone. Thanks for the info again. Of course. Thank you, sir, for making yesterday awesome. One tutorial, I like Brett with his face. That's funny. I said, man, I'm trying to tell you, dude, Soda Pop Curtis, I'm really loving you, bro, because people like you, I don't guess you understand, man. Like, people like you are going to make my travel in April come true. And if I get to see Koh Samui and Phuket in April, I don't know what I'll do special for all you guys, but I'll do something really, really special. So let's Saturday boom day, have a few cold ones down here in GA, positive vibes for a positive Thailand, fully open later this year. That's what we're doing. And Soda Pop Curtis has sent $75 US via PayPal contribution there. I cannot thank you enough, Soda Pop Curtis. That is just absolutely Phenomenal, phenomenal. And that is the first PayPal of the day. And that is, that really warms my heart, man. I appreciate that. Man, I really appreciate that so much. So thank you so much for that. Again, thank you so much for that. You were tremendous help yesterday and today. So we're going to do our best to try to get out in April and make sure that we get you guys some great, wonderful content from Samui and Phuket. And that'll just add to the list of places that you can find on the Do More Life channel, because that's what we're all about, is figuring out how to do more life and doing it safely. So thank you again, brother. Definitely hope you get a chance to go to Samui. I've never been, but the videos I've seen look fabulous. Well, I'm excited about it, and I'll probably travel with Ross. He's been there many times, and he loves the place. He knows the place backwards and forwards. So I won't be in a rush either. That's the main thing in April. If I have 10 days off, I won't be in a rush. And I'm really looking forward to that. So thank you, and thank you, Soda Pop Curtis. I'm super grateful for your contribution. One tutorial says, I like Brett. Yeah, I like Brett too. And it says, Matthew, for me, a balcony, access to 7-Eleven or a grocery store for picking stuff up for me, a washing machine in the room. Yes, really, and so on. Yeah, those are totally legitimate things to pay extra for. I agree with you. And I agree with that 100%. 100%. Wow, what a PayPal. It's got my mind kind of shook a little bit there, guys. Sorry. We've done well this weekend. I hope we continue to do well. We have until we basically have until the end of March to perk that travel fund up as much as we can. And the better the travel fund, the less budget spending the less budget staying I'll have to do, and but it'll just be a better time. There'll be more I'll be able to do in all the places I go. And I want to be able to bring you guys back some good content, but I also want to be able to bring back my channel members some good content. And to the 2 new channel members today, you'll understand what I mean by good content as you watch some of the content that is in the channel member section. If anybody would like to become a channel member, it's only $2.99 a month. So just remember that there is a building up of content there, and we will have our members only live stream probably next weekend. I don't know. Could be sometime during this coming week. Not 100% sure on that. So going to keep going. And there's Robert Mack. Good morning to you, sir. Well, it'd be good evening to you, but glad to have you in the chat. Robert Mack, always good to see you, bud. Thanks for dropping by. We got 43 thumbs up. We're looking for 50. And I think we'll get pretty close. I don't know. We're approaching an hour and a half, and that's about where I was going to cut it off today, because I'm definitely going to do some editing on some videos today. And says, Do More Life, you should communicate with YouTuber Thai with Mod. She and her family have been in Samui for a few months. She may give you some tips. I will definitely do that. Let me take a picture of that comment right now. I will definitely do that. And I have not heard of that channel before, but I will certainly check it out. That would be wonderful. To get some information there. That'd be great. Great. The more information, the better, and the more experience, the better. The more I can go to these places, the more questions I can answer for the Do More Life live streams, which tend to be kind of a family-oriented. And when I say family-oriented, I'm not talking about ratings. I'm talking about like group-oriented, family-style content. Like we're all one big family and we talk. So I'll be able to answer more questions, and you guys are providing tons of information for anybody who might be watching this on a replay. I can't thank you enough for that. Can't thank you enough for the contributions. can't thank you enough for just being a part of the DoMoreLife family, because this, I started at zero just like everybody else, and we're on our way to 30,000 subs. And I have a date picked out that I want to get there. I'm going to share that in the Facebook group probably later today, and I'll probably also record a video for channel members, and I'll tell you why the date that I want to hit 30,000 is so important and why we can do it. We have almost 2 months exactly, but we need about 1,100 subscribers. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. See what happens. And I said she is a really nice lady, cute too, but very married. Communicates well on Instagram, DM. Also cool, awesome, man. Lyle says, just remember, I called dibs on that T-shirt. If you were a channel member, you would know why. That's very true. That's very true. That's funny. And Philthos, I knew Philthos was going to say something. He's going to be mad. Yeah, if you're a channel member and you watch the 2 behind the scenes videos I did on with a Thai model here, I did a photo shoot, and I just had a GoPro that caught the behind the scenes shooting and stuff. But I also have some pictures in the video that were edited and put up for that purpose. And there's a shirt, a DoMoreLife shirt that she's wearing, in a couple of the pictures that some of the guys want. Maybe I'll auction it off or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not 100% sure. So those are pretty much my travel updates for today, guys. I think that covers. Bob says, raffle the T-shirt to raise funds. That's what I was thinking. The only problem with that, see, this is a catch-22 for me, because that is my favorite DoMoreLife shirt. Like, that is my favorite DoMoreLife T-shirt that I have, and I don't have any more printed. You can buy DoMoreLife merchandise on Teespring, which is linked in the description below, and it always helps out the channel. But I may raffle that T-shirt to raise some funds, Bob. I might just do that. That's not a bad idea. Maybe we'll have an auction. Anna says your favorite, but it's not for that reason. It was my favorite before she wore it. That's what. I know that sounded a little suspect, but yeah. Philto says, I still say prize for the 1,000th channel member. Brother, if we get 1,000 channel members, we're gonna be rocking and rolling here, and I'm probably gonna be moving around the world at 1,000 channel members. Bob says, I think it's a lot of people's favorite shirt now. It is. If you're a channel member, you'll understand. And Lyle says, that's what I wanted it for, the channel fund. That's good. That's good. I don't know. We'll look at some options for that. And as time changes now for you guys on the or in the West, I should say, feel free to message me on Facebook or leave a comment on the video and let me know, especially if you're a channel member, let me know if the time is still going to work for you, this 9 a.m. time, because that means the live streams won't start until 10 p.m. on Fridays and 10 p.m. on Saturdays in America, for example. So if that's going to be too late, let me know, and I'll try to split the difference with you, because when I'm not that person that gets to sleep late on Saturday and Sunday mornings because I do the live streams. So I wind up getting up around 7 on Saturday and Sundays to be able to do the 9 a.m. live stream. So if I have to split the time or whatever, maybe we'll do them at 8:30 versus 9 a.m. possibly. So the Pop Curtis says, that's right, daylight savings is tomorrow here in the U.S. I personally think we should stop it. There are a few states that do not observe daylight savings time. That's true. And I tell you what, I always thought daylight saving time was a great thing until I became a tourist and started traveling on the other side of the world. And I have to tell you, without daylight savings time, um, my body doesn't have to adjust to a certain sleep schedule or a certain way of living, or I don't have to. When I go to work, it still looks like I did. Um, or the sun's coming up when I come home from work. The sun's not quite going down. It's still daylight, and it's that way year round. So it works out pretty good here. One tutorial says, "Can Jeremy, can I ask you a personal question?" You can ask, but that doesn't mean I'm going to answer. I don't know. You can try. I'll wait on you to ask. Depends on what. Depends on how personal it'll be. You would be surprised. I'm a very transparent person. That's why people like me. Are you single? I am. There is a girl uh, in my life. Um, I don't know where the relationship is going. I hope that I personally hope it works out. But you just never know where those kind of relationships goes out. Am I single? Can I go to? Yeah, he does sound like an undercover cop. It's probably an undercover. Probably a friend of the girl that I see. So um, that's probably what's going on. But yeah, there's a relationship in my life, and I hope it goes well. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, and if it does, it does. There's been a lot of back and forth in there, so I'm hesitant to say that I mean, I'm hesitant to say that I'm hooked, or I have the whole girlfriend thing, because right now it's a long distance thing, and it's been a long distance before and it didn't work out. So I don't know. This time seems a little bit different, and I think it'll probably work, but you never know. You just never know. And I will leave it at that. Matthew says, "A lucky lady." No, ties are a bit nosy. Well, yeah, but also, I know ties like the. Well, I'll leave that alone. Soda Pop Curtis says, at Anon 555, I've been living outside of the U.S. for at least 5 years, and this is the first time I'm observing it in that many years. Not a big fan of it now. I fall back but hate spring forward. Not a big fan of it. That's surprising, Soda Pop Curtis. James, what's up, man? Coming in late. That's okay. Glad to have you here anyway. We're trying for, if you hadn't hit thumbs up, hit thumbs up for me. We're trying to get 50 thumbs up, and we're almost there. So that would be cool. That would be cool. I'm still thinking about this "Are you single?" question. I don't see other people right now, but that's always subject to change, and I don't know. I'm open and transparent about my life, guys, and you know it is. I am if you've been around me long enough. Ooh, we're at 48, almost there. 48 thumbs up. Um, but yeah, I never consider myself fully clamped in unless I'm, totally in love and got the whole relationship thing locked down, and I'm 100% comfortable. She is a good girl, and I do care about her, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. They're stuck in Florida. Good morning, JC. The less you say about it at this point, the better. You're right. You're right. It's one of those Fifth Amendment things, right? I probably should have just said that's none of your business and then left it alone. But it is what it is. Hopefully, I haven't dug myself a hole yet. I'd leave it on DST all year if I had to choose. DST. DST. I've got to figure out what that means, Bob. James says you are the realest expert in Thailand. I'm not an expert. But I do try to be transparent about things. Expat. Okay, expat in Thailand. Well, thank you. I appreciate because I do try to keep it real for sure. Oh, daylight savings time. I'd leave it on daylight savings time all year if I had to choose. Interesting. That's interesting, Bob. Very interesting, as a matter of fact. Stuck saying, hey to everybody. One deserter says, don't the local girls vie for your attention. Once again, from this point forward, I'm going to plead the fifth. That means, if you don't know what that means I'm not going to talk about it anymore. So, but I don't have time for. This is why I don't make a lot of dating videos, because I've had one, two, three, sort of a third one, but I've had like two actual relationships since I've been in Thailand. The first one was amazing, and I wish it would have continued, but I had to move to Rayong, and she had to stay in Bangkok, and so it didn't work out. She was very, very, very smart, intelligent, motivated young lady, and was super hardworking, and I wish it would have worked out. The other relationship was actually with a non-Thai. I won't say where they were from, but it didn't work because if I told you where they were from, you would understand. And then this relationship I'm in now has been on and off for a long time. So that's why I say things are always subject to change. I never know, but I consider myself a person who is obligated to, at the very least, inform the girl in this situation if there is a change or if there could be a change. And currently, there's no reason to do that. Jeff says, what country is the girl from? I plead the fifth. Anon says, let's see. Soda Pop Curtis says, transparency is the best form of anything. More people should, and the world would be better. I agree. Anon says, DoMoreLife, if you don't lie, then you don't have to remember how big the fish you caught was. That's 100% true. And that's why I pretty much tell everything. So it is what it is. But some of these comments on the personal side, I'm going to just have to stop talking about them because I don't want to. I just don't want to do that. Like, I can talk about the difference in dating a Filipino versus dating a Thai girl. I can talk about that. I can talk about dating here in Thailand because I have been on many dates over the course of the time I've been here. Not while I was in a relationship, but we've got the 50 likes. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. And, there's a lot of difference. People think that Thailand and Philippines, the girls are pretty much the same. No, they're not 100%. Differences between Filipino versus Thai. I got a bunch of videos on that, Jeff. And if you want to watch them, just go in and type in dating Filipinas. or dating Thai girls, and you will in the search bar of my channel, and it'll pull up a bunch of videos for you, bud. And it'll tell you all about them. That's a whole video in and of itself, and we're already an hour and 40 minutes into this one. But there are a tremendous number of differences between Filipinos and Thais. In fact, I've done live stream videos with some very good expats over in the Philippines, and we have discussed the differences in dating here in Thailand. And there are many, as I said. Wow, up to 54 likes. Looking good, guys. Looking great. Jeff says, sure, no problem. Thanks. You're more than welcome. And I'm not trying to be short with you, Jeff, at all. Not trying to cut you off or anything like that, brother. Just don't have time to go into it right now. Philtho says the 5 supermodels JC is dating have a clause in their contracts that it must not go public. Yeah, I got them to sign a what do you call that thing? Non-disclosure or no, gag order? No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. Anon says, DoMoreLife, that might be a good topic sometime for a members live chat. Sure, I can do that. That's not a problem. I think you're dating Jean now. She broke up with Gio. Just kidding. I'm not in the Philippines. I'm in Thailand, Jeff. And I didn't know that Gio had was a single man. I haven't talked to Gio well, it's been a couple months now since I talked to Gio. But he's on a live stream, and we discussed dating. We discussed dating at length on some of the live streams that we talked about the difference in Filipino girls, that kind of thing. Oh, you're just okay. I got you. You were just joking. I got you, man. I got you. It's no problem. I don't mind. And look, I don't mind talking about it in the generic sense. I just don't want to personally do a deep dive into my personal experiences on this live stream. But a members only live stream, I would be down to do that for sure. No issues with that. So if you want to be a channel member, it's very, very easy. All you do is hit the join button below, and you will get access to all the members only content. It's a whopping, an amazing, as super expensive $2.99 per month. And you get access to behind the scenes photo shoots with models, and you get access to members only videos. You get access to you're going to start getting access to early access to some videos. What else are you going to get access to? You get more access to me. You get access to a members only live stream once a month. So not becoming a channel member, if you're really interested in the DoMoreLife family and you want to know more about the things that I do, think you should go for the membership, 100%. Gregory, what's up, buddy? Thank you for all the comments, Gregory, by the way. I appreciate it. He says, yes, I've dated Filipino and Thai, and yes, they are different. They are. Yes, they are. One tutorial, how a single guy can mortify the flesh living where you are. You must be talking about some concept that I'm not familiar with, but to mortify means to die, right? I'm not sure what you're asking. Philthos says channel membership and extraordinary value. Thank you, Philthos. I appreciate you saying that. I think it is too. And I have no plans anytime soon to up the price for any reason. So it's $2.99 and you get everything. Charles White, hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Late will hang till the end for the informal chat and have to watch the replay for the news. Yeah, there was a lot of news in the first 40 minutes for sure, Charles. So check it out. And also thank you for your suggestions that you gave me not too long ago. Jeff said, in general, which is better, Thai or Filipino? That is entirely up to you. 100% up to what you are looking for. And Jeff, if you really want to have a conversation about this, go ahead and join the channel, and we'll have a members only live stream. Maybe I'll do 2 members only live streams this month, and one of which will be talking about dating the Filipina and dating the Thai. That would be the best I can give you for right now. Right, the best explanation I can give you, because when you're a tourist in the Philippines, it's entirely different than being a tourist in Thailand. Okay, the visa situations are much different in both countries. There's just a lot of stuff, um, that's different. Gregory says, I'm good, just in Sydney right now. Caught the live stream by accident, but here now. Oh, if you caught it by accident, you need to go to my homepage, Gregory, and go to the subscribe button. I know you're subscribed because you're a channel member, but go to the subscribe button. There's a bell beside it. Click the bell, and there'll be 3 options: all, personalized, and none. Make sure you click all. Then you will get a notification every time I post a piece of content, and you will not miss anything else. Stuck in Florida says, Jeff W., that is a matter of personal choice, and it is 100%. Anon says, at one tutorial, I'm sure a single guy could wear a hair shirt or a Salise. I'm not sure what that is. Philtho says it's $2.99 and you get everything. That's what she said. Good one, Philthos. I like that one, man. Devin Owen, I booked 3 weeks in December to Thailand. I hope the queue is gone by then. So do I, Devin. We try not to put the whole word out there, the queue. So we're going to remove that comment just because it's in there. And please don't take offense to it, bro. I know I haven't seen you in live stream before. You're probably brand new, and that's 100%. One tutorial, I'm not going to put that up. I'm not going to show that comment. And Devin, no apology necessary. Don't worry about it. It's just a YouTube thing. It has nothing to do with you. Or if we were talking face to face, you could say anything you wanted to me, and it wouldn't bother me. Gregor said, let's just say one reason I'm looking to move to Thailand and not the Philippines. I hear you, man. Oh, you went to the notifications and done. Good. So I'm going to look up this one tutorial who could possibly be a troll. I don't know. Going to look up some of his words or her words, whoever they are. He used the word mortification. It says a feeling of humiliation or shame as through some injury to one's pride or self-respect. A cause or source of such humiliation or shame, the practice of this one to overcome desire for sin, strength of the will, pathology, death, one part of the body while the rest is alive, earnest to curses. I think you were talking about a subject that is far too deep for this live chat, and that would be something that I would have to get in on. Anon says, DoMoreLife, mortify the flesh is a religious concept where you are able to disregard fleshly desires. My comment was reference to old Middle Ages stuff. Gotcha. Disregard fleshly desires. So, if you only knew, bro, about disregarding fleshly desires, man, I really wish I could say everything I want to say right now, but I can't. Yep, I'm thinking the same thing. Soda Pop, thinking the same thing. So that may be the last thing we get there. Mr. Anderson says, I think Buddhist concepts. Probably, more than likely, and that's okay. I have no problem with Buddhist concepts. I'm open to any kind of concept that helps people become a better person or live a better life. I'm always open to that. And I don't judge people because they have different concepts about life than I do. That's up to them. They're willing; they can live their life however they want to, as long as it doesn't affect mine. I don't have any problem with that. And the asking the personal question, are you single? That's not really I probably should have just stayed away from answering that altogether because That's one part of my life that I just want to keep. Um, I think I'm going to keep that private from this point forward, unless something changes. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, there's a girl in my life that I consider myself to have a relationship with at this present moment. But because that relationship has a history of falling apart, at any moment I consider myself loosely tied down, if that makes any sense. Filtho says 2 thumbs down. Still missed your troll quota though. That's okay. They'll get it on the replay. Some of them will. That's okay. We've done great today, guys. Soda Pop Curtis hit it with a $75 PayPal. I mean, we only need 25 more to go to hit the daily goal. We used to do 100 a day on live chats, but I haven't been pushing for that recently. Although I probably should, being as the April trip is coming up and the channel really needs the money. But Soda Pop Curtis has done he contributed yesterday, and I mean, I can't thank him enough for what he's done. Gregory says, yeah, probably another reason why I like Thailand is the Buddhist philosophy fits within my spiritual side. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Thailand's a great place for, if you've never been to temple with a Thai, you should go at some point in time and see how seriously they take it. Just driving on the streets in the morning, once you get off the main road and get onto the side roads, you will see lots of people. The monks are walking around, and they have their little basket in front of them, and people will donate to the monks, and then they will do the blessings and their pattern of whatever it is they do. I'm not a Buddhist, so I don't know, and certainly don't want to talk about that thing. But they do a little process, and it's pretty amazing. Devin says, how different do you think Thailand will be for tourists once we get back to normal? I think it's just going to be a matter of paperwork and a little more stringent on visas. I think Thailand's looking for more wealthy tourists to come. They will probably put the lower end or regular tourists on the back a little bit. In my opinion, this is just my opinion now. This is not based on any factual information I have. This is my opinion based on my experience in Thailand. But nevertheless, if October 1st rolls around and everything conforms to what they've said it will, Thailand will open without an ASQ. Or it may still have an ASQ if you have not had your magic shots. And if that's the case, that's fine. And if you're new in the chat and haven't hit thumbs up yet, please do so. We might get 60. We never know. We've had a good day so far. So that's a good question. That's a good question, Devin. Normal, I don't think normal will ever be normal again, because you're probably gonna have to have a certificate of entry and a fit to fly anywhere you go, to just about any country from this point forward. So I don't think the normal will be in there, but I think the new normal or whatever will get there in, I'm going to say 18 months to 2 years. That's my personal estimate based upon the information that I know. Soda Pop Curtis says, I see things being open in October. I'm going to stay positive. Me too. I think October will be awesome. And I think that Thailand will be open in October, because the economic damage that this thing has done to Thailand, keeping tourism out, is incredible. And if you lived here, you would really, really, really be able to see some of the impact it's had. It's bad. It's really bad. And Thailand knows that, and they continue to get pressure from the tourism businesses now, so much more than before. And they're going to have to open up at some point. They're just going to have to, one way or the other. Anon says, at Gregory, there is another Thai language teaching channel that has a lot of content about the practice of Thai Buddhism. That's cool. Gregory says, yeah, I'm thinking October 2021 is a realistic time frame to go there. I'm actually looking at some of the Thailand language schools at the moment in Bangkok to study the Thai language. Good for you, man. That would be awesome. And he says, cool, send us the name. Talking to Anon. Anon says, Gregory, speak Thai easy. She has a playlist on the subject, by the way. I have seen that channel, and I've actually listened to her do some teaching, and it's actually very good. So I agree, Anon. Filtho says, wonder what percentage Thailand will never get back due to tourists finding other permanent destinations. I'm thinking around 8%. I'm thinking 8 to 12. That's what my guess would be, 8 to 12, somewhere in that neighborhood. Because people, during this time right now, there are a lot of countries that are opening back up. And people are finding different destinations. And though Thailand is Thailand, you might have a person that at this point used to come to Thailand 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year, or they may come to Thailand to retire. Someone went out. Maybe someone went out of Thailand during all this, when they had the lockdowns and stuff, and found other countries to go to, and may make Thailand a once a year thing. So there's a lot of ways Thailand could lose out on the economic side of that. But I have thought about that, Filthos, and my guess is between 8 and 12%. I think that's a fair note. Probably fall somewhere in the middle of that, around 9 to 10. Stuck in Florida says, Gregory, I've never had a Thai ask me what my beliefs are. I can't say that about Filipinos. I can say the exact same thing, Stuck. I can say the exact same thing. Never had a Thai ask me about my beliefs, but every Filipino that I've ever dated, or Filipino man that I've been around that has been a part of the family, has always asked me about my beliefs. And that's a good point, Stuck. It's a very, 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 very good point. Anon says, by the way, she is also a really nice lady. I've had coffee with her before. Oh, cool. Awesome, man. That's really awesome. Devin says, see, I went to Thailand for the first time in January 2020, so I'm not looking for somewhere different yet. LOL. There you go. Look, wait it out for Thailand. Thailand's a wonderful, wonderful destination. There's no way, if you would have told me in 2016, 2017 that I would live 9 months in the Philippines and then 3 years in Thailand, that I would have believed you. I would have thought you were crazy. So it's just it's such a good place to live. And once you get used to the visa system here, how it operates, and how you can legally stay here, you find out that it's just an awesome place, man. It really is. And I hate to see anybody miss out on that opportunity. 58 thumbs up. We can get 2 more. Senior Frank says, I think Thailand is well past the point of being picky with the kinds of tourists they want. If they could have Khao San Road filled with backpackers right now, everyone would be stoked. I want to agree with you, Frank, but in my opinion, I think that Thailand is seeking. They've redone Khao San Road, by the way, and I think they're seeking to eliminate more of the backpackers than they are to bring them in. They're looking for. I've read in articles they're looking for a Hasso tourist. At the same time, those plans, we got 60 thumbs up. You guys rock, man. You guys rock. Absolutely rock. Thank you so much. But the Hasso tourists that have been coming in are limited in scope, and they don't spend money like people think that they do. That they shop a little bit and they might spend some big dollars on a few items, but they're not going out and engaging in multiple sectors of the economy, is what I'm trying to say. And while they need HISO tourists, I think the majority of your average tourists would be welcome back. And you may be 100% right, Frank. They may be stoked to be able to fill it up with backpackers again. That's just my humble opinion. But yeah, and I see your comment at the bottom there. Everyone wants rich tourists, but volume always wins. 100% agree with that statement. 100%. Biscuit says, I'm still having depression symptoms from not being back in Thailand. Can't wait to come back, JC. I can imagine, bro. I can imagine. And I am extraordinarily hoping that you guys are able to come back for sure. So Bob Curtis says 60 now. Yes, sir. And I am a very, very, very happy man. And I want to thank you again for your PayPal contribution to the channel fund, as that will likely set me up to travel more in April. And I am looking forward to possibly going, if we get there in the travel fund, and we might, if we keep going, go to Koh Samui and go to Phuket. That would be awesome. Filtho says, so will Filipinos have problems that I'm a minister of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster? May sauce be upon you, ramen. It's possible. It's possible. Edon says, every time I am on a flight leaving Thailand, I get depressed. I hear that from you guys. See, I've never been on a flight leaving Thailand when I wasn't coming back. So I don't know what that feeling actually feels like. And there's Frank's comment about everyone wants rich tourists, but volume always wins. I agree 100%. Stuck says, Philthos, at first they will say it's not a problem, but don't believe it. That's right. That's right. If your religious beliefs don't line up with theirs, and we're talking about in the Philippines here, or at least not compatible in any way with theirs, or if you're a non-religious person, I thought by saying I was non-religious, I was open to religion, that kind of thing, that I would be okay. They're a very religious country, but they don't really follow their religion very well for the most part. I hate to say that, but it's it's kind of true. And if they say it's not a problem, Stuck in Florida is 100% correct. Do not believe them. It is a problem. You need to find out what they're looking for as far as your spiritual and religious aspects and that kind of thing, and that's what you are. If you want to fit in, it's a sad thing, but it's true. Bradley says, I've seen many a grown men crying at the airport when it's time to go back home. So have I. I've seen people, well, not at the airport, but I've seen people cry leaving here, and I can understand why. And it says, cut it off at 69 likes. I might do that right now. I didn't expect to go 2 hours here. This is a great conversation we're having. Real great conversation. Filtho says he's laughing at Stuck. Beware when the children of the corner are smoking at you. And Gregory says, yeah, I get depressed leaving Thailand. That's why I'm planning to return. Was there every year prior to the C word. Now divorced. Time to stay there longer. I hear you. I'm going to remove that one, Gregory, just because you put the whole word in there. We try not to have that word. YouTube doesn't like it, and we get all kinds of. Sometimes we get demonetized for it, so just want to be careful. Just letting you know. Stuck in Florida. I'm anti-theist, and it doesn't play well in the Philippines. No, it doesn't. Yeah, we got a bot right here, guys. We got a bot. We got a bot. We got about. Let me wait for that to go around. Okay. Philtho says I'm RC in like Flint. I hear you, man. Bisker says don't want to take it, but it's gonna be mandatory to travel moving forward. JC, yeah, it is. It is. We talked about that a long time ago too. It is. It's definitely going to be mandatory. It's going to be something that uh, you're going to have to do whether you want to or not. I hate it for people that don't want to, but you know, it is what it is. Uh, I don't comment a lot on the medical part of it because YouTube yanks videos and yanks channels for that. So I just leave that part alone. But I think that you'll have to have at the very least, you'll have to have the magic shots to be able to travel around and do the things you were normally doing. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, guys, it has been 2 hours and 5 minutes, and I did not expect it to go this long. That's for sure. Soda Pop Curtis says that feeling leaving Thailand is between having your new car get hit soon as you drive off the lot and stepping on a Lego in the middle of the night. Just doesn't feel good. That's a very good analogy, Curtis. Very, very good analogy there, sir. That's that I can imagine. I would probably feel the same way, especially if I just work remotely online and could work at my own pace or travel around. I think it would be my life would be a lot different over here because I have to plan traveling around, 3-day holidays or vacations that we get supposedly twice a year, but you know how that supposedly stuff goes. So it is what it is. Most of you guys are signing off, and that's cool. I want to tell Soda Pop Curtis that I appreciate more than you could possibly imagine your PayPal contribution to the channel fund. That PayPal is going to get me either to Koh Samui and Phuket, or maybe just one place. I don't know. And thank you guys yesterday, all of you that are in here from yesterday that made contributions. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Gregory says, yeah, I think I am lucky. I do a lot of my mental health work online. That's probably good. Stuck in Florida says, thanks everyone for joining DoMoreLife Family live stream. And that is what it is. Thank you, Stuck, for being here and being a great moderator as always, and always chiming in with good information. I appreciate it. I want to say thanks to all my moderators for doing an excellent job of moderating today. And thank you everyone who participated in the chat and had any information to bring forward. Very, very much appreciate it, and hope that you guys got a lot out of this topic and this conversation. And we'll see what's brewing next weekend for sure. And look for some videos coming out this weekend. Get you some Coach Hang, or this week I'll get you some Coach Hang videos. I'll get a members only video up at some point, and I will continue to make, if I have to make talking head videos about certain topics, I will. So we're going to get the information out to you, and we're going to have a channel that you can enjoy. Soda Pop Curtis, thanks for all the info. Again, thank you, sir, for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Don't come very often, but consider you guys family. You're considered family there, Bisker 7, always. Philthos says, caution, the Surgeon General has determined that DoMoreLife may be habit forming. That's the best habit to have, man. Best habit to have. Thank you, Philthos. Lyle, take care. Anon, take care. And everybody else that's been involved in this chat, you guys take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And get some rest. Have a good rest of the weekend. Stay safe. And whatever you do today, be sure you do more life. See ya.